Alright, what's up guys? So this is gonna be a how-to deadlift tutorial. So I was talking here in the clip, but it's really loud in the gym so you can't hear. So basically I'm explaining when you first set up to go pick up the bar, you want to stick your butt out until you can't reach down anymore, and then you want to bend the rest of the way with your knees in order to grab the bar. And you want to make sure you keep your lats nice and tight. And then before you go for your first rep, you want to breathe into your stomach and then flex your abs so you stay extra tight. And then when you're pulling the bar off the ground, you want to drive your feet through the floor. And then once you get to your knees, you want to push your hips through. So at the beginning of the movement, you want to be using mostly um, more almost like squat formation where you're pushing with your quads. And then once you get to your knees, it's more like a hip thrust where you want to be pushing with your hips, like a hip hinge. So for this, all right, so as you can see here, I'm keeping my lats engaged throughout the entire movement so you can keep your form nice and tight. For the setup, you want your hands to be slightly wider than shoulder grip or shoulder width, and then your feet to be about shoulder width. So that way you have room for the bar to move past your knees. As you can see here, my feet are about shoulder width, feet pointed slightly outwards. And for this next part, I'm going to be showing my friend Hudson the form, and you can actually hear during this section. So yeah.
So you kind of want the bar like super close to your shins.
Kind of already want like your butt.
Yeah. So when you're bending over to grab the bar, you want to stick your butt out as far as possible.
Like bend your knees a little bit.
Yeah. So when you're starting, you want to bend your butt out as far as possible until you can get like as low as you can, and then you go the rest of the way with your knees.
Okay.
So
like, until it starts like hurting.
yeah. And then you kind of crouch down.
Where do you put your
So I put my left hand underneath, kind of right there, and then, yeah. I do the opposite way, but it's just preference. And you want the bar to be like on your knees, or on your shins, like pretty much literally. Like so. Move your feet in a little bit more. And then, so you literally want the bar to be like right here.
Okay.
Because the thing is, you
when
want.
I go to lift it.
Yeah. Because when you go to lift it, your knees will kind of naturally move out of the way. There you go. And make sure you keep your core real tight. So when you go into like pull a rep, you want to breathe into your gut and squeeze it. That looks pretty good.
Do you drop it every time or just go down?
With this way, you probably don't have to, but usually you would, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like,
Yeah, 500 pounds, and you're slowly like setting it down. Yeah. So make sure you're kind of bending your knees a little bit. That looks pretty good. So the main thing is, another thing is you want to make sure, so when you're starting the lift, so get into like position. So like just bend down and grab the bar. Make sure it's real close to your shins. And then just pull it up real slow. So you want to start the movement with unbending your knees, and then the second half of the movement is all hip. So you want to start with knees and then hip. There you go, that looks solid. That looks solid.
Alright, so basically for an overview, you want to keep your hands slightly wider than shoulder width, feet about shoulder width. Make sure you do a deep breath into your stomach before each rep. Squeeze your abs to make sure you don't stress your lower back too much. Keep your lats nice and tight throughout the entire rep and make sure you're pushing through your hips starting the movement with your legs. And then you want to keep one hand over and one hand under in order to prevent grip slip. You can also use straps if you're lifting real heavy, so grip isn't a limiting factor. And then you really just want to push through your hips. So this movement is pretty much good for working your entire posterior chain, your quads, and lower back, lats, upper back traps. Yeah, if you want me to make a video on sumo deadlift, it's pretty similar. You're able to pull a little bit more weight depending on your leverages. So yeah, drop a comment if you want to see that, and thanks for watching.